Hi, my name's Jeffrey. I'm an amateur audio engineer, and today we're going to have some fun with MIDI Velocity. Because for a lot of virtual instruments, especially those emulating real, physical instruments, hitting the key harder is not only louder, but it also brings out a brighter sound and other characteristics. Before we dive in, let me show you how this is set up in PreSonus Studio One. The first track is an instrument track with a loop of 5 notes at A220 Hz with increasing velocity from 20% up to 100%, followed by the same series an octave higher. Next is an exact duplicate of that track, but in this case, all the velocities are set to 20%. Then we use Pro EQ sidechaining so we can see the differences as the velocity goes up. To try to remove the effect of louder sounds better, I'm compressing the daylights out of this signal to a truly unnatural extent because I want to see it limiting from the softest to the hardest stroke. You can see here I've got mix tool at 18 dB, followed by a limiter with another 18 dB, and all capped off at -3 dB. This probably introduces its own anomalies, but hey, we're playing in the sandbox here. Getting messy is half the fun. By the way, if you're wondering why I put this in the channels and didn't set it up using buses, I started out using buses, but it was introducing some anomalies that are outside the scope of this demo. Okay, for each example, I'll let the loop play twice, once so you can listen and watch the spectrum chart, and a second time so you can close your eyes and just listen. We're using our eyes to train our ears, but we hear better with our eyes closed. Okay, let's play. First up, using the Presence XT module, Acoustic Piano Full. This one's subtle, but if you listen carefully, you'll not only hear the tone get brighter, but you can also hear some of the hammer action. Next up is Nylon Guitar Full. This one has clear differences. And now one of my favorites, Nylon Guitar Open Harmonics. And what I like about this one is at 80 and 100% velocity, it sounds like the strings are being popped off the guitar. Returning to keyboards, let's try the Rhodes piano at the hard setting. On this one, I like the way the tone starts breaking up at higher velocities. Next is Cello Full. This one has a wider dynamic range even with all that compression, and at higher velocities you really hear the bow attack. Another one of my favorites, concert flute full. You'll hear a chirp at the higher velocities and can imagine a player forcefully tonguing each burst of air, you know. By the way, never go directly into a condenser mic. Okay, here we go. Now let's try some percussion. Kick and snare. Higher velocities bring out a brighter tone, pretty much what you'd expect. And also, on the kick, most of the energy is below 200 Hz, so it might be a little hard to hear depending on your playback system. And now hi-hat and cymbal. Notice how the higher velocities on the closed hi-hat bring out a metallic ring. Velocity is also a factor in some synthesizer instruments. To demonstrate that, here's the bass bones preset loaded into Mai Tai. Fun, huh? Alright, let's close there. The important lesson today is that different velocities can bring out different textures from a virtual instrument. And I hope knowing that adds a new dimension to your creative palette. Again, this is Jeffrey. Until next time, happy mixing, my friends.